much.
What do you think so far?
I love it. I love it here. The energy's fantastic. The people are amazing. And I was just saying to myself before, it's amazing how many, everybody in the world is a geek. It's just true, man. Once you finally admit it, everybody is a fanboy. Look at the number of people that come to this thing, you know? And then when you show up yourself, you realize how into it you are also. I have a ball here. I think it's great.
So what are your real-life computer skills like?
They're pretty much non-existent. I mean, I can work my iPod. That's about the extent of it. Anything else, I have to ask somebody. Why is the color wheel spinning on my screen? How do I stop that from happening?
So you get a lot of technical geeks that come up to you and say, "Oh man, you've got that so wrong."
I get a lot of it. No, actually, no. I've never had anybody correct me or anything like that. That would be interesting. I'd be very interested for someone who was an expert to chime in and be like, no, you guys should be doing this, because it will be corrected immediately. I want everything to be right. Generally, our writers do quite a bit of research, and the stuff that they write is usually legit. And as long as I stick to the script, I'm protected.
I'll make sure my husband doesn't talk to anyone.
Is Burkoff guiding romance this year because he's going to be working with Sonya a lot closer now?
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, you know where they left it. They left it with the kiss and the potential for something to happen. And when the first episode begins, it's a bit of a time jump, not a long time jump, but I think several months, something like that. And something has happened between them to complicate the situation. So
Always a complication.
I mean, what are you gonna do? You need conflict. So that's where it's gonna be, and hopefully it will build to a point where they can once again unite in romantic bliss.
He had some difficult times last time he was in division. So do you think, will he have any emotional or psychological issues going back into the division?
I think that's going to come up. I mean, I think right now, the way it's been sold to everybody and the way it's been presented, that this is not, this isn't your father's division. I mean, this is the new division, and the rules are different, and everyone's been sold on that. You're coming in, it's very egalitarian, everyone is essentially a free agent. But it is it's a military situation, so people are going to have to start following chain of command again, and it's what's going to happen there. It's going to be a giant power struggle. Do I want Ryan to be my boss? Does Nikita want Ryan to be her boss? Does Nikita think she's Michael's boss? I think that's going to cause some more conflict. Which we love.
I personally think your character has had just the most growth, since season 1. So is there anything you really, really want to see Burkoff do in season 3, especially with all the changes?
I'm just really happy that he was expanded as much as he was in season 2. Because he was. I think he was an interesting character in season 1, but he really was limited. And in the second season, you saw they just blew it wide open for him, and there was a lot of great character development, a lot of great development in relationships with him, and I just hope they do more of that in season 3. I haven't thought of any one specific thing that I would really like, but I just like to see more.
Where's he going to live now?
They haven't specified that, but he lost all of his money, and both of his other homes have been blown up.
He'll be living in division.
So I think he's probably couch crashing in division, or maybe he's got a studio apartment somewhere or something. I don't know. I mean, he did get that $1 million, but knowing Burkoff, I think he probably blew through that pretty quickly. So, I don't know where he's living.
Well, he's had the beach house. He's kind of had the woods house. What would you like to have now?
He can't afford that anymore. The money's gone. Burned it.
So he's got a box.
He's got a box.
But he has skills. Any chance he might get some more money?
You know, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of that might be something cool to do in the season, that he gets tempted and starts to backslide and go back to his old ways. But no, I hadn't thought of that. That'd be cool.
Since he's kind of like the brains behind a lot of the division stuff, and they're going to need that again. But he seems to be kind of like the weakest link because he can't protect himself. Don't you think he wants to like secretly train to kind of be able to say, hey, next time somebody snatches me or tries to coerce me, I can deal with this situation?
You know, he's definitely a punching bag, and they like to kidnap him and beat him up and torture him and everything else. But I'm not sure how clear this has been in the series, but what you're supposed to get is that Burkhoff did have to go through like basic training. He had to go through basic division training. Now, he didn't go through advanced training the way somebody like Nikita or Michael would go through, but you're supposed to see in some of these events when they've attempted to snatch him that he fights back, and when he's sparring with Michael, and you're supposed to see that he can kind of handle himself. But the bottom line is, he's not Owen. He's not a cleaner. And he's not Michael, and he's always going to be like a physical inferior to the rest of these people. He makes up for it with his mind, So they have to protect him physically, and the idea is that he protects them with his intelligence.
In that one scene, where he was losing his money, and he froze and he didn't kill the guy. So do you think he sort of also just blames himself a little for the fact that he lost his money?
For the fact that what?
That he lost his money? I mean, maybe if he'd shot the guy, they would have gotten out the door in time.
No. What was happening? Do you think he blames himself for that? I mean, I think he blamed himself for going along with the whole thing in the first place. I think he felt like he knew better than to do it. But the idea is he's forgiven and forgotten. And the moment with him freezing up and not being able to shoot that guy, I mean, that was supposed to be about some reticence he had because of killing Carla. And you're supposed to see by the end of the episode that he sort of overcomes that, and he realizes that in this world that he's chosen to be in this game that he's chosen to be a part of, that's part of it. Murder and killing and death is part of that world. And he makes the decision to jump in and accept it.
As an actor, what would be interesting for you to do as this character at this point?
Well, I always love when they get him out in the field. I love whenever I'm able to get away from the computer screen and away from some exposition and really get out and do something. That's what I really enjoy. So I'd love to see more of that this season.
So you're going to be championing, hey, get me out of division anywhere?
I've been championing that since season 1. So, and it's worked sometimes too. They get me out there sometimes.
So you're not sure if that's going to happen yet this season? Or?
I'm sure it will. You can't keep him in front of a computer for 23 episodes straight. They'll find something to do with it. I'm sure. I just don't know what.
Could you just see him throwing up his hands and walking away from division, saying, "I've done that. I got to go do something else now"?
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I can see him chafing under this, under the yoke of authority, and because that's his character anyway. He's a bit of a radical. He's a bit of a rebel, and he was at division in the first place under duress. And then he took up working with Nikita and Michael again because he likes them personally, and they're kind of the only friends that he actually has. So I think he stuck with them through that. But now that they're back working for the government, I can see Burkhoff just not being that into that. He doesn't like the idea of working for the man.
Has it made working on a show like this? Has it made you more paranoid about Big Brother and what the government actually can do?
Yes, I suppose it has. I mean, I'm paranoid about Big Brother just because of what's on this table in front of me right now. Look at, look at all. It's here. Like you spend all day either looking into a computer screen with a camera mounted on top of it, or into an iPhone with a camera mounted on it, or look at all the eyes in the sky. Like it's here. They can, whenever they feel like it, they can watch you and listen to you and locate you. It's here. So I wouldn't call it paranoia. It's
awareness.
It's a
And who
fact.
are they?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question. Does anyone really know?
So, since this is your first time here for all this, what do you think about shooting in Toronto? You like shooting up there? You
I
enjoy
like the
that?
city. Yeah, I enjoy it. I live way on the west side, which I dig a lot. It's kind of a funky little bohemian area, and fantastic, amazing restaurants, and great little bars. I dig it. I have fun in that city. Yeah.
You find it was a bit of an adjustment at first?
It was a little bit of an adjustment, but I'm not, I live in LA now. I grew up in Massachusetts, and I lived in New York for a long time too, so I like the Northeast. I like the seasons, and it was closer to going home than it was to, adjusting to a brand new life.
So the weather didn't get you there.
Well, you get me. I like snow. I think I like seasons. It's a circle of life. You need death and rebirth, or else it just feels weird. I enjoy LA too, but it's just this one. You're living in limbo. It's just one, mild season, and then before you know it, you've been there like 8 years. You're like, what happened? How did that happen?
Are you looking forward to the panel later and seeing what the response is from the fans at a place like this?
Yeah, I think so. I don't even. I was asking Craig before. I'm like, what can I expect from the panel? I don't even know what it really is. It's just some moderators asking questions,
And then fans do.
and then fans do too. Yeah, I'm very interested in it. We have fantastic fans in the show. Very dedicated people. I mean, it's because of the fans that we have a third season. They really got it together to campaign for us and let their presence be known, and let important people know that there's a big audience out there for this show. So we owe the fans a lot.
So have you walked around and have you been recognized?
A couple times, yeah. It's fun. I come to a place like this, I feel famous. It's great, man. People ask for my autograph, want my picture. Have fun.
All right, I think she wants to take you.
Okay, thanks guys.
Thank you.